Welcome back, everyone. Drake Hawkins again. We're playing some more Factorio. We're nearly done with the logistics systems, but I got to point out a couple things. There's been a legit comment that these are unreasonably close. They were placed intentionally that range because if you place one down, your radar range, if we could see it maybe on the map better here, the radar coverage, that's logistics. Where's our radar coverage? I don't know. That's pollution. Power, logistics. Where's my radar? Is that not a thing anymore? Thought that was a thing. Okay, areas. Oh, right. Of course. The lit area is space that I can see, covered by radar. So the issue was simply this, that if I put a radar in here, for instance, and if I've got a radar in here and I leave it to its max range, the next one I won't be able to place in range. So I wouldn't be able to place this guy here with robots because they wouldn't have any vision to it. So they're placed every second one for convenience. I can adjust that later if needs be. See, there's no coverage up here, so this is all blur. Because why? Because we're missing one? Yep, because we're missing two. So I can't place robots here because there's not enough range. So this guy would have to go in here. I don't know if we can do that. Nope, can't place in the fog of war. Can I not? Like, I can't place it there. I can place it there, but I can't place it. That's amusing. Anyways, so today we have to, the logistics thing just finished. That was a convenient Babelfest. Down here, we did screw up. I screwed up and there was supposed to be a connection here. So let's actually get over and fix that one right away. Also, let's do whatever we had here. Did we have two of them or three of them? Something like that. Alright, and copy this over to here. That needs to go out. This needs to switch back to what it was before, which was copper cable. And that can go and that can go. And we can put whatever the heck we were making in here. What were we making in here? Oh, tanks, yes. Tanks can go back in there. This is an order, and it's actually set for tanks, which is great. Now, this guy can produce again because we needed the cable for setting those up, and I think that's now all set. You're good. You're getting what you need. You're going to fill up your output there, which is being blocked by the network. Good. All right, so that's solved. That oops is fixed. Now, I didn't have these going properly, so these are the wrong types of chests. But what we're going to do is take this out entirely and let our logistics guys do that. This, no, stop that. Stop that already. Stop being so silly. So this can go here. Now this guy is going to be not the place they drop the copper. Good. You are going to be, that's the problem with using these chests for that. We're going to put buffers, active, and requester chests. So you can go first with the green buffer chests. Good. Now these are requester chest. Good. And you're going to be the passive, whatever this is, the active provider chests. Now, each of those need to be emptied out. We have way too much storage in this stuff, okay? Now, they should have orders for the right thing, which they apparently don't. Oh, I put these in already. Right. Whoops. Let's switch those. Those are the blue. These are the green, so this order should be on the green. Otherwise, it'll be all confused. This is making the purple, so these should be the order on the purple. They're override to 1. Good. Now, in these, I'm thinking what we need is these buffer chests. If we do if it's a storage chest, obviously it's going to do what it was doing before. If it's a passive provider chest, it's not going to allow them to be loaded. Nothing we do is going to allow them to be loaded, is it? If I make this, that, then it's got a request that it can bring in. Okay, but it'll also provide there. No, that's not the deal. I want these. Should have had them probably first, but the idea was to load these things with something useful. So now what I need to do, these are passive provider chests. If these are passive provider chests, then what we do is all of those should hold their same rules. So we can actually go to the upgrade chest and do that to go from those to these. And I only want that. That's going to upgrade all that. I don't want to do that. Okay. Remove that. Make a new one. You, here. Just those chests. I just want... I could have probably already done this by hand, but that's okay. Yellow to red. And all of this will then go from yellows to reds. That's enough there. I think it is. And same here. Those go yellows to reds. Now, the deal is those should be set up as passives. Did I not do that? Did that not work? Did I not just give an order for that? What's going on? That's what I thought we just told you to do. Pretty sure that was the instruction I just gave. Maybe not. Maybe I did something wrong. Alright, I don't know what the heck I did there. Alright, so those guys should put the right chests down. Now these things that have stuff that is not supposed to be in here should be providable. Why are you that? Oh, that's fine. Now all of this coal and steel and everything else can be pulled out through a buffer system, but I do not want the buffers to pull from passive chests. So what I can do is something like this. If I want to unload the copper, for instance, I could have the copper on a unit like this, right? And I could put in here, put in a buffer chest. Yes. Request, I want copper plate. There. Would that not do the job? Now, are you guys... It's these that have the... I'm trying to remember this whole system. Jeepers. It's been a while. What I'd like to do is have a little bit of each, please. We should also have those as kind of a logistics order, I would think. I don't need 50 of them, that would be overkill, but how about 10 in hand? 10 to 20? Sure. And the blues can also be 10 to 20. Good. And that's okay. And then the buffers. The greens, 10 to 20. Sold. Alright, these guys are somewhere still crazy, so let's go, again, those just 10 to 20, so that we don't have this infinite supply, in case we pick stuff up. And there we go. Alright, so these guys are still busily doing their thing. These are all upgraded to passive provider chests. So this should provide, grab copper from anywhere, right? So they're not delivering to a buffer chest primarily, huh? From my inventory, it's being unloaded already to another spot. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to, I could probably grab some stackers to do this. Stackers. Put that in there. And then this would be priority input left. So the idea is this guy should be drawing, if I do, instead of 100, do like 1,000. Do they provide, do the buffers pull out of logistics? Is it these guys that have the order? Ah, request from buffer chest. Okay. That's not what I wanted. Because this is going to bring stuff from any copper stored chest. Actually, that's fine. I want the copper off the line, off of chests entirely. It should not pull out of requester chests, right? Request from buffer chests, no. So if I need a copper delivered, for instance, from a buffer chest, it should do that. Why are you guys not? Why is nobody going to the other jobs? You're still legit all full on my jobs? You are. Why is coal stocking up here? Because I don't have an order for it. Right then. All these little things, guys. All these little things. 50 to 50, please. Everything else is dumped. Okay. Now you're just going to keep unloading for me. So what else can we do that's viable? Like we could unload... I could have... this to offload all... This is a requester chest to offload all green, right? And it'll give me 1,000 green in here and offload it to here. That'll mean the green goes in here first. Wrong spot. That would be gears I want in that spot, wouldn't it? Gears. Give me 1,000 gears or 500 gears or whatever number of gears, okay? And do that. What I want is gears on the... That's gears on the far side. I want gears on the short side, or greens on the short side. Like that. Maybe like this. Sure, let's do that. No, that's too far. That's the wrong spot. That would be here that I need that. Put one of these down, and it can be the green grabber. I just want to unload giant chests of junk from the old base. Like that. Nope, that's not it. That was right. What was I doing, right? What am I doing? Being dumb. There we go. It keeps its order. It does. It goes to the far side. It does. Good. Okay. So these would make that happen first. For instance, same thing over here. If I want to unload the reds, I get the same copy here. Except for this is going to be reds instead of greens. Oh, that's not replacing it. Yeah, it is. There we go. Okay, and then the same thing here. So that it'll drop any reds that we have in there first. It will not grab from buffer chests. So, if I wanted to have this, where is it? This guy here unloads to that. That should be a buffer chest, should it not? Because then they will provide me if I need them. Right? If I put a construction order for that, it'll provide it for me. If I put a build order for that, it'll provide it for me. But it won't pull those out of other... But another requester chest is not going to pull them out of here. Is that ideal? No, it's not. Not ideal. Man, that's fine. That's fine. This should be a logistics filter. This storage chest has only those filtered in, okay? I think that's what that means. If I have an active provider... Nope, that's not what I want. Okay. So greens should be dumped in there if we have them. Let's see. If I pick up greens, will it start saying, hey, you've got greens in your inventory, please unload them? And it will. Good. And that's where they go first. Alright? So the walls and stuff, those are going to be useful elsewhere, or needed elsewhere. Walls are actually right here, which is a little weird. They're not going to be able to be provided there at all. Unless I make this a buffer chest, which would be a good idea. Because this will bring walls to it from elsewhere. 1,000 walls in there. And then these guys can only go if under that amount? Sure. So for that, we'll request chests. Yes, that's a buffer chest, but it'll pull from others. Okay. I do want a circuit system on that then, right? Just thinking through my systems here, how I'm gonna have these set up. So that would be like that. That would be like that. Both of them will have the same order. If walls are less than 500, then go. Like that. Oops. If wall's less than 500, that's fine. Overwrite, it doesn't matter if I override. It's totally okay. So this will only activate if we don't have enough. Okay, other things we'll have to look into, like this, like do we change out buffer chests and provider chests and all the rest? I think these are fine. If there's something specific I need to do then on those, then we'll have to relook at those. This can be done with the provider, could it not? We could switch this up to... Yeah, we can. Switch this up to a requester chest. And then request the blue flying roboports and the low density structures. Low density structures keep me with 50 of them. Sure. Flying roboports, similar sort of a deal. Where are those? There. 50, sure. And blue science, 50. Except for, what's the ratio again? Need 2 blue, 1 flying, 3 low den. Okay. 2 blue, 1 flying? Okay, so that's overkill indeed. We need 20 of these. 40 of these. And 60 of these, and that's the ratio that would have way more than enough, right? So we have way more than enough there. And then these can be, I guess these can be active providers? Sure. Nope, that's not what I wanted at all. Not what I wanted to do at all. I want a passive provider chest for those, of course. Because I don't want them to actively dump things. I want this thing over here to start grabbing what it needs for the new setup. So go ahead and copy this. You guys are going there, 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 and there, and there. We'll put in a new set of that. That's more than we needed, actually. I only needed these ones, right? Something like that. I need 1 pulling into there, 2 pulling from the back line. So this set here is going to be the underground. So we have 2 sets of undergrounds here. Let's actually clear this out. Simple and easy enough to do it manually. Then we have the first batch that's going to go like this. Like that. And the second batch is going to be reds in between. So she's going to go like this. That. That will feed what we need. Now we need the undergrounds to continue this way. So the red is going to be, or yellow rather, is going to be like this. Okay, and then the red is going to come out here, and at that point we feed in a line that has the other set on it. Request here to get all the yellows. 200 is fine, and then we'll use a offload to dump yellows on the other side, like that. Okay. So now if I have yellow, or if there's yellow science packs, they should be dumped in here, which will then be offloaded onto the line, and that becomes the red, which feeds to everything it needs to. Good. And now later we either feed a line in here that has the yellow and the purple on it, or we leave it as is and just have them requested. So for now, as that thing produces, it'll dump packs into there. Of course, then we would probably want to do some sort of sciencey thing. Wouldn't hurt to have our artillery in the making. That comes after our military fort. Let's do that, and then the artillery. Sure, I mean, that's a stupid amount of research, but eventually it'll happen. It's not the top priority right now. Next thing I want to do is those, as per suggested, we put, maybe 3 or 4 per side of the, what are you guys doing? Oh, of the, really? You got to deliver those to me? The buffer chests over here to get the orders for what they need. So we've got these yellow chests sitting up in weird spots. This whole thing is oddball right here. Is this even lined up properly? I don't think so. It is. It didn't look lined up. It's just that pole. Let's take the power poles out and do this right, because this is not at all right. This whole side is mushed up. Mushed up. Where's the continuation of those and those and those? So we have a rate of whatever. Whatever, Trevor. It's gonna be fine. Let's put in these guys. We're not gonna be able to put in these guys very well, are we? No, because there's gonna be power poles in the way. Let's remove the connector poles. I know I could do all the other ones, but I'm actually just going to do these manually because I don't have a ton to fill in. I'm not fixing the whole system or anything. I'm just plopping that in there. And probably down the next one. Sure, let's do that. Don't need those. Need that. There's some sort of grid going on there. That should be fine. That's fine. Good. Okay, we'll fix the other stuff later. Don't want to dawdle on that at all. I want to remove this stuff though. That guy goes. All of this goes. That's amusing. Oh, come on. Oh, that's going to take the cliffs out. We have this guy, right? Yep. Oh, there's no walls or gates on that one. Okay, and this thing needs to go as well. Okay. Now, the idea here... Oh, these guys are real busy, aren't they? The idea here is that we are going to put in a buffer chest unit in here, and I got to think about what we want in it. It's going to request all the parts to keep this system, this defensive system, alive. So, that's going to include walls. 100 is probably more than enough. Gates, like 2. Can we keep 5? Let's go with 5. 5 gates, 100 walls. Yeah, that's fine. And then we should probably put in a flame turret of, let's say, 10 in there. 5? 5 turrets at a time in there. Yeah, it's fine. And we'll put it... Oh, we don't have flame turrets being made. Look at that. Solar or radars, probably 2 as well. Not a ton of those needed. We should put in laser turrets as well. 5 of those. Okay, what else are we going to have? Well, we have their pipes that need to run. So let's get not 50. How about 10 of the regular pipes and maybe even 20 of the undergrounds? Apparently we have no logistics network for those. Oh yeah, we do. Okay. What else needs to go in there? Large power poles, probably medium power poles. Large power poles, let's put 5. And mediums, let's put 5 as well. Just thinking what we're going to need to keep the entire exterior base system alive. Now, it has no belt systems. It's got no feeders for inserters or anything. It's going to have lasers if we get that far. They're going to be artillery, but they will have their own feeder. We don't really need roboports, or do we? I mean, if a roboport gets destroyed, it's a little far gone. And they're all entirely inside the network, so no, don't need that. That would be overkill. Oh yes, we should probably have repair packs in each of them too. 100 units of repair packs. That's probably enough. Anything else that we need? No ammunition. We're not doing landmines, although it sounds intriguing. We're not doing landmines. We got walls, we got lasers, flame turrets, we got the pipes for them. We got radars. None of this stuff. Nothing here. And we got pipes and we got poles. I think that's it. That's probably enough. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is actually take this guy and cut it. Whoop. Thank you. And you're going to go there. And then I guess if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 down the row. If we do one here, we do every 5 maybe? Every 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in total. Three, 6. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3 in between, and then do a fourth one here. Make sense? Sort of? How far do the radars reach? If I have radar coverage, I think I was told this number. If I remove that, and I'm not in the picture, the visual should change there. Yeah, that's out of radar range. So I would have to have a radar. I'd have to have a radar down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 in order for them to cover each other, right? That covers from there to past the second one. That would be good. If I put it there, it won't quite cover. There'll be a gap there. So every fourth one seems fine for the radar. So then every fourth one should have the our little green fellow too, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Then I would like this every fourth. 1, 2, with 3 in between. Yes, 1, 2, 3 down here. And we can take him out of there. 1, 2, 3, and then another one down this way, wherever the radar goes. Oh, there isn't, huh? Okay. You can put one in. You might as well have another one in here, just to keep the grid working. There we go. And this as well. There. Lovely. You're already in place, and we'll throw you there just for now. That's fine. Okay, so that idea, every fourth would cover both the wasteful radar, reduce the wasteful radar, and allow us to have buffer supply chests. So now anyone working in the area proximity of this thing, within that logistics network, it will have the access to everything here that it should to build all of our, or to keep all of our repairs going, and these chests will no longer be filled up with junk, which has previously been happening. I love that this is still here. I find that beautiful and amusing at the same time. That is lovely. The fun and nonsense that was this big. Can you imagine anybody crazy enough to do this sort of build? Ridiculous. So then there should be another one going in somewhere right about here. This is fine. I likey. I don't think we've got any more. Yes, we do. One's right there. One culprit right there. That gets out of there, please. All the fuels and everything are connected. There was something that I disconnected. Something, I think it was just the copper cable link to make that chest work. That system work before. I think we got that solved. This is slightly weird, but also amusing. Somewhere in there. I don't know if that's the right spot, but man, these guys are busy. We did disconnect some other things, I'm sure, at some point through the process. So then this is not needed there. It's all those I want to get rid of, right? I could paint down the system and say get rid of all that type. That'd be a better choice. Zoom. There's a lot of little like leftover pieces there. I don't know if there's like a way to quickly say, hey, on everything that is like, is there a way to delete these guys or just the mods? Probably just the mods, but all this stuff down here needs a new home. So we can go set that up right now to start pulling everything that we have sitting down here into a better system. So what I'm going to do is, oh my gosh, we got this big buffer system here. All this needs to stop. All that needs to stop. It'll have new places soon. So I want, like, iron, for instance, I want it to be fed into the system ahead of time. before a smelting line goes in. Something like that. Another one of these guys needs to get out of here. We're going to end up finding those guys are going to run a lot of work back and forth to dump things, which is unfortunate. What I can do is I can have our copper and our... I love this. This is beautiful. I can have our copper, for instance, be fed in here. Right? We can have one of these going like this. Probably closer would be good. Actually, right on the entrance would be good. Right? So we have a requester chest. Bring all copper ore into the buffer, into this thing here. So bring 500 copper ore, shove it in there, and then unload it directly into here. And this would priority input left. Right? That's the sort of shtick that gets this working. I missed. That's lovely. I need a medium pole for that. Okay. All right. So that sort of deal is what's going to make things work there. We'll put one here as well, I guess. You know, let's put it up at the top as well. Like that. A output like that. So basically everything's going to have a spot to get it unloaded. And this guy can request iron. To the tune of like 500. That's good. Okay, that'll dump that stuff. I want steel fed, steel and iron and copper and so on fed. Like the copper's there. We put the iron in here. Right, we do that same sort of deal there. That's a buffer chest. Does it need to be? No. I think the passive are the right way for that. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's the way that has to be. It should be. Now, you will bring in iron plate, not copper plate. Iron plate, like 1,000 if you got it. 500 is fine, whatever. And then we'll priority input from the left here. Okay, that works. Steel only going up there isn't going to do the job. I want the steel right here. I want the same sort of thing here. Unload one there. Make sure steel is unloaded there. I shouldn't have any places in the base left that have buffers of copper or iron or steel. We just want those online. No need for a bunch of buffer chests. That's excessive nonsense. So that will feed that baby right like that. You guys are really trying to unload a bunch to me, aren't you? Okay, that's fine. So the steel will go into there and then get on this line. It'll be on the right spot, so it'll fill up before this gets priority, right? It dumps there, and then if it fills up here, they'll stop until they've got steel on the line. As long as we don't have any places that buffer those. I'm curious if we do. I'm hoping we don't have any like copper or those sort of things stuffed in boxes. If we have things like, well, belts is interesting. Why would we have that here? It's a little odd. We have them down south. Unnecessary. A random pole of passive provider for chest for those guys. That's good. We want the steels. Those are good. You guys are fine. Random empty chest. We have so much mess to clean up. It's not even funny. It's just not. It's just disturbing. That and that and that is good. You're fine. Batteries are being unloaded where? Here. Batteries are here. They're not going into a buffer chest, I hope. I hope not. I don't really know if that's the case. Walls are made there. Good. Or gates, rather, made there. You guys are just chests. You guys are the passive for that. I don't really need those cleaned up. That can go away. Obviously, it's going to unload my inventory. I don't think I've got enough storage space. Missing construction robots? Why? Why are we missing construction robots for these? I'm a little confused. Why we're missing... Two entities miss... Oh, they just haven't been sent? Oh, they're so far away, maybe? That's possible, I suppose. This is a logistics gap, which is annoying, but I mean, I could. Can I move these to get rid of the logistics gap? I could. Do that? Sure. Okay. I don't know that there's a lot other than walking around and finding the little junk and what would we call it, like, not derelict, it's not derelict stuff, like why the heck do I have all this? Well, let's put a passive chest in that, or a requester chest there, right? So you bring all the blues to the yard. There shouldn't be blues anywhere other than sitting on in random locations, I suppose, like that. And we can do you and you. We can do a passive chest on each of those. Power pole somewhere down there. You can be the greens. Oops, you can be the greens, hit OK. And you can be the reds, hit OK. Alright, so they'll get them pull them out of those chests that were way down in the boonies there. Military science is going there. Blue is going already there. We need military dumped in here first. A little awkward. No real way to... Yeah, there is. We can do that here. And just put a loader like that. You can be military science. Okay, this is working. It'll start cleaning up the junk that's left all over the base. What else? That's supplying but not buffering. I just want to get rid of all the chests that may have been sitting elsewhere, as well as roll all the stuff out. Now, there was some concern that I was doing something wrong with this because of this oil supply. What I've done is I forced the line, these lines. This line does... Oh, wait. That's backwards. That might have been the comment. That line only provides... No, that doesn't. It provides all sorts of stuff, so don't want to do that at all. That provides this. Light oil, heavy oil to light cracking, and which provides down here to the solid fuel. Okay. And that's fine, it'll go both ways. Except for... Oh, I see why I put that in there. Because this was pulling all the oil out of this line. Okay, this guy is going to crack light when over 15k. And this does the same sort of thing, but for the heavy. When we have over 10k heavy, which means that we already have this guy filled fully. Right? Lube is provided pre-splitter or pre-pump here, which means if we have 15k and we have supplied our oil, then it'll pump through, then it'll turn on and pump heavy oil into here, giving these guys a chance to crack some more light for us. Light should be on now. I think getting rid of that helped. I think that's what might have been being addressed in the comments. Appreciate that. This should be pumping oil out to the line to keep this compressed, which is the outside feed for both sides of the defensive system. It runs up this way, jiggy over that way for the west wall, and the east defense wall gets this pump line running through here. Apparently you guys get no power for some reason. Oh, you do, but the other doesn't. I see. Okay. And that's all online and has its oil fed fine from the center all the way back to here. This guy gets fed from the where? Oh, do you not have any oil feed? Yeah, you do. You come up and around the lake, right? Yeah, you do. That's right. Good. And you feed over this way, and then it ends there. Okay. We can clean up this mess. These ones here can go away. This one can go away. The wall can go away. Alright, well this is awkward, not quick enough response, probably because it's sort of this spot unto itself. But when it gets hit, it does get hit hard, so... Alright, this oil is still feeding this line, and it is being pressured through to here to make that turn into a bit of light, solid fuel. It's fine by me. We're cracking it out. Good. Producing all the light, using all the light, all the heavy and all the crude, everything that gets made gets dumped into these machines, turned into solid fuel, put in there, priority, good, and then split through. Alright, not bad. Got our stone line there that actually does nothing because our whole stone system was shut off, wasn't it? I think it just deadlines, right? It does. A stone smelter wouldn't be a bad idea. Where would we put a stone smelter? Possibly right in here. Steel is the next question, though. I don't really have room for steel in here because there's this guy's going to be in the way. We could make a steel system in here. We would need another set of iron feeding it, although we've got this iron to feed, and this iron can all feed into the system. So plenty of space. If we put a steel in there, that's probably a good call. We're way over time again, as always. Okay, so let's do that next time. Let's put in our steel smelter. I think we've started to get rid of some of the legacy crap that's been around the base. Hopefully. If you've spotted any, please do let me know. I'm looking for things that are like chests like this, that we're using other stuff, but could use do other things. Like this is a passive provider chest. We could do something to draw this stuff in and then get it used elsewhere. Like it could be a buffer chest in there, and then request those pieces be brought in. You know, maintain, I don't care, 500 of those be requested. Right now, these are only limited by the size, the storage in the chest, so that would be ideal to switch that. So this would be when these guys are less than 50. And then you go. Right? Good, and then if I take this off, it shouldn't go. But it will still request from elsewhere. Okay. Same thing here. This. Oh no! Stop having your flame turrets on, dude! Silly Drake. Let's burn the place down, shall we? Then the same deal here, we put in this sort of deal. Right? And just tell them when there's a brick shortage. If the brick is less than 500, then you can load in here. Sure. Otherwise, this thing should request brick, like 1,000 brick. Right? It's the only place that makes brick, and hopefully it will pick up the brick from somewhere else and deliver it here. That's the idea, anyways. Oh, we got furnaces being delivered from far, far away. Look at that. See that? The point is that these things should only be in one place. Where the brick furnaces or the steel furnaces are produced, they should only be produced and then stored in one location. The robots are all linked to the entire base, so there is absolutely no point in having some sort of central dump spot for our robots. If there's something they're not able to dump, it's because we're missing an ingredient to our system. Right? So that's the gist as far as I'm concerned. That's what my intent is, anyway. So we're gonna let you go here for today. Thank you everybody for joining me for another episode. We have artillery in the works. Like I said, it's not fast, but it's trickling along. Had I not set this up, it certainly would not be trickling at all. It's only like what, 3 labs running it. That's fine. It'll take their sweet time, but that's what we're doing too, right? So yeah, I think we're gonna need all sorts of work done in the base for sure in the not too distant. You know, there's fun things like making sure everybody's got their bricks laid like that. It's important. No, but all this setup should be emptying out. So these guys should be... Oh, we don't have anywhere to pull coal. We don't have anywhere to pull... We do have walls being pulled. We have iron being pulled. That's good. Bricks will be pulled out. Small assembly machines probably won't be. I mean, the basic gray assemblers. You can do that if you will, guys. Oh, you know what? No. Just those. That's all I meant to throw in there. That sort of thing, right? So we don't have anywhere that'll clean up these. We could put them, if we turned them into active provider or requester chests, would that solve it? What's the solution here? Right now, these things are not operating, and it'll stay the same either way. These will not operate unless the needed item is short in this chest. However, I want this chest to be able to draw the stuff out of the waste piles as well. So is that a requester chest or is that a buffer chest? Which would you guys use? Both, I think, will accomplish it. But if we put buffer chests, then we have to have the requester chests set to specifically allow them to grab from buffers if we need them in the future. So, what are your thoughts on that? Let me know, and I will see you in game.